Shalom to you all there, my dear brothers and sisters out there. I'm glad that you just clicked, to watch this presentation briefly. Today I'll be talking about, wisdom crying out in the streets. Because what you need to understand is this time that we are in now is that time whereby knowledge is increasing. Knowledge has increased, and it is very, very vital, very necessary that if you are a seeker of the truth, if you are a lover of the truth, this is the greatest opportunity and time for you to be able to do what? To go seek after knowledge. Because when you read the book of Hosea, you see where the Bible said that my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And because those who reject knowledge, because they have rejected knowledge, the Most High said that He will also do what? Reject them. Now, this knowledge which the people lack, this time around, why would the Most High reject them? It's because this age that we are in now is the age whereby knowledge is so abundant. The things which were, let's say, hundreds and thousands of years hidden by men of old, by people, the knowledge which has been hidden by the secret societies and different places, this knowledge are coming out to light. They are right in front of you. Some of the books, some of the encyclopedias that you can, you barely buy for thousands of euros or dollars. Today you can get them even for free by downloading it, from internet. You can go on the internet and do a lot of research about whatsoever you're looking for. And if you are that kind of individual that you don't care about knowledge, then that means you are actually the one that is doing that is rejecting it. And therefore the Most High said that He is going to do He is going to reject you. Why? Because you do not do you do not see the value to do for knowledge. Because this time that we are in, this time that you're seeing, is the greatest time, is the very golden opportunity for you to be able to do to look out there, to go and do your own homework, to go and do those researches, those things that you've been lied to. This is the time to be able to do to prove all things, to search everything, and you're going to see that every single thing that you've been taught is nothing but a cover up lies. So it is time. This is the time. This is why you see the book of Daniel. Daniel talk about that the Bible said in the book of Daniel that at the end you shut up this book and close it. For in the end many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall increase. And because this knowledge has increased at this time, the people who despise this knowledge, they are despising the Most High. Because what you need to understand is when you start digging after knowledge, you are going to do you are going to find the Most High, because this is in the knowledge of what you're searching for. According to the knowledge you're searching, you're going to do you're going to see the Most High. You're going to discover through the knowledge of what you are researching. You're going to see that all the things which you have been taught were all a bunch of lies, and this will now propel you to go seek after after the truth. And when you are going to seek after truth, you're going to do you're going to see and discover that everything is nothing but the things which they have taught you about who you are, what you're doing here, why you're here, where your life and everything. You're going to see that these are something completely different. So knowledge about what is really good at this time, the excuse that you're going to, there is no excuse for those who are at this dispensation. Why? Because at least you have handsets. You have this this handy that they are using. And now you have that handy that you're seeing in your hand. You can use those things, and are you trying to say that you have an excuse for not having knowledge? This is, there's no excuse to those who are in who are this time now, because this is the time of getting to have knowledge. You have to do what? Acquire it. And now if you reject it, that shows exactly who you are, because you never showed no interest in the things of the highest. Because when you start digging deep about truth, you are going to do what? You're going to discover and see the truth for what it is. You get it? Because the truth has been there. Why do you think the book of Job tells us in the book of Job chapter number 8 that we should inquire of the former age, and we should seek after the knowledge of our ancestors? That is to say, when you start digging deep into the knowledge of the ancient men, when you start digging deep and researching things on your own, you are going to start seeing that there is a lot of things that has been covered up. And this is why what you need to understand is a lot of resources, a lot of information, a lot of important messages are what are right there on the internet. There is no document that you're looking for that will not, that you cannot be able to do what you get on the internet that will help you to uplift your inner mind. So this is why it is vital for you to seek, for you to do what to study. You don't pay for any encyclopedia or any of these books which they used to pay. They had to pay a huge amount of money to go to any of these universities, Oxford, Buckingham, or whatsoever university which they have everywhere, different places, in order to get those knowledges. But today, the knowledges which they have been getting in all these, their Harvard University or whatsoever, you can get it just by clicking. Just Google and check and do your own research. You have the same knowledge they've gone to Harvard, they've gone to Oxford, they've gone to everywhere. You can get it just within 5-6 days. You can be able to do what? To get all this same knowledge, the same knowledge which they have there. If you want to have that same kind of knowledge, because this is the time whereby information, messages are circulating. This is rotating. And this time you have no excuse for not having knowledge. You ain't got no excuse. There is no excuse for the people who are living at this dispensation for not having knowledge, because it is in abundance. It is in abundance. At least you make calls. You make telephone calls. So if you can make telephone calls, then that means you have You have access to a place where you can be able to do to get an information of things that is happening. There is internet, there is places to research. So but why sit back like that and just feel relaxed? This is time of getting to have knowledge. What you need to understand is the Bible makes us to understand in the book of Psalm that the fear of the Most High, the fear of Yahuwah, is the beginning of wisdom. When you have that fear about the Most High, you're going to seek after the knowledge of why do these people do this, what they did. Why do they have to lie about almost everything? Why do they have to send people to school only to go there and brainwash them? Why do they have to send people why do they have to tell you people to go to churches and mosques and different places only to go there and set up imams and set up pastors and set up deacons and set up all these people to be able to do to brainwash you? Why do they have to do all these things? When you start asking these questions, then you will start doing discovering the answers that there is nothing but they are all doing sucking up your energies. And now when you start coming out of those places, you are now responsible for doing for whatsoever you take. That is to say, for whatsoever study you're doing now, you are trying to do you are trying to take responsibility of your own self. So it is time, this is the time, this is the day that you need to do what you need to do. Prove all things. Whatsoever that you've come across, you need to do what you need to prove it and see and be able to study on your own, so that you won't point no finger to no man. You won't point no finger to this individual and say, this was the one that made you to go astray, or this individual was the one that made you to go astray. Do not be like Eve, who Who pointed to the serpent? Who the serpent to Eve? Eve pointed to who? Just the same pointing. You get it? This is not time to do what, to pass no blame that it's because you ain't got no knowledge of the previous years or something like that. There's no such time now for this kind of excuses. It is time now for you to do what? For you to seek after knowledge, because the knowledge I'm telling you about, the knowledge that is coming, is what? This are knowledge that is what at this time now are abundant. So when you talk about what the circular knowledge which they have, which all these presidents of the world that today are having, these things are what are accessible at this time, because you can get them easily. There are certain knowledges which you cannot acquire. No matter what you try, you can't get them even on the internet. But what I'm telling you is that this knowledge, the knowledge about what they have, all this knowledge which they have been trying to hide all this while, they've been using it in different forms, in order to manipulate mankind. Those kind of knowledges you can get. There is knowledge that is coming from above, that is going to be given to you before you even come into this world. That one is what is a different dimensional knowledge. You get it? But what I'm telling you is that there is resources right here that can help you to do what? To connect you with what? With that knowledge that is coming from above. So when you get the knowledge of the basic knowledge here, this will help you to do what? To be able to be connected. Because that will now put you on a motion. That is on a trend, on a way to do what? To seek after the knowledge of the highest, and by so doing now, you are now connected with what? With the Ruach, and now you have a higher revelation of things that is happening. You need to do what? You need to be equipped. You need to do what? You need to stand on your feet and be able to do what? Be ready to do what? To seek after nothing but the truth, because this is the time. This is the time you have to wake up. You have to do what? Study to show yourself approved. A workman needed not to be ashamed, but rightly dividing the work of what? The word of truth. Bringing the raw, concrete, unadulterated truth. This is just to give this message to all my brethren who have been trying so hard. So this is what it is. Just take that time to be able to do what? To seek after what knowledge, because this is the time. It is in abundance. Daniel said it. The Most High told Daniel to do what? To shut up. The angel told Daniel to shut up the words and seal the book until the time of the end. And many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall increase. And this knowledge is what I want you to do, what? To get those concrete understanding of knowledge that you need to do what you need in order to navigate through these confused words. Shalom.